at left wing is a junior from Greenwich, Connecticut, number 12, Will Richter. At center, a senior from Livingston, New Jersey, number 24, David Chen. And at right wing is a junior from Chatham, New Jersey, number 16, David Andrechuk. At left defense, a junior from Calgary, Alberta, number 22, Reese Bentham. And at right defense is a freshman from New York, number 6, Hudson Miller. The goalie for the Yale Bulldogs, number 31, from Oakville, Ontario, Noah Pat. Yale's coaching staff includes Matt Bodie, Marshall Ronald Guerra, and head coach Joe Howell. Now it's time to meet the starting lineup for your RPI engineers. Leading the engineers on the ice team, please make some noise for our junior engineer, Florian Smith. Is a junior from Portland, British Columbia, number 9, Ethan Bodo. And center is a sophomore from Ljubljana, Slovenia, number 49, Philip Sitar. And at right wing, a freshman from Ottawa, Ontario, number 21, Matthew Buckley. And left defense, a sophomore from Riga, Latvia, number 10, Gustav Olsson. And at right defense, he's the sophomore from Deerfield, Massachusetts, number 5, Kazimir Sobieski. And the goal for the Engineers, a freshman from Thunder Bay, Ontario, number 30, Nate Crutchup. By assistant coaches Matthias Lang, George Schneider, and your engineers head coach Eric Lang. Now we ask that you please rise if you're able, move your caps as we welcome tonight's color guard. Presenting the colors this evening, please welcome the Joint Service Color Guard representing RPI's Army, Navy, and Air Force ROTC programs, consisting of cadets Kilgore, Das, Liu, Tomar, Blanco, and midshipmen Tran Morton and Sweet. As we use this evening to pay our respect to our military, we ask that you join us in a brief moment of silence as we honor the brave men and women who currently serve, have proudly served, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our country. Thank you. And now please remain standing for the presentation of tonight's national anthems by the RPI Pep Band, featuring O Canada and the Star Spangled Banner.
I'm Matthew Bugno alongside Dan Frigin. Tonight, RPI is looking for their first win on home ice since November 15th, and Yale comes into this building looking for their first road win of the year.
Yes, it should be an interesting game. Both these teams are 3-7 in their last stand. Last weekend, RPI picked up a point in an overtime loss to Quinnipiac, and Yale picked up 3 points in a win on the road at Carson St. Lawrence. They ended up beating St. Lawrence.
And the Yale Bulldogs are without their top scorer this season, Ronan O'Donnell. That might be an uphill battle for them tonight to find scoring in this lineup.
Yes, they're going to have to dig down. I mean, points are very, very important this time of the year. And this is RPI's first home game since the break.
So, your starters in net, Nate Krawchuk, one of the ECAC goaltenders of the week on November 3rd, a few months ago. 211 overall, 1 shutout on the year, an .898 save percentage, and .313 goals against. On the other end, in Navy, Noah Pack, sophomore keeper from Oakville, Ontario, a .281 goals against average, .329 save percentage. Apologies, flip that around, 3-6-0 on the season. And we have the opening draw coming up momentarily. .914 save percentage for Pack. And we're underway at the Houston Fieldhouse, third oldest arena in college hockey, hosting the oldest program in college hockey, the Yale Bulldogs. Out to Buckley, flipped on net, Pack forced to make a catch like a wide receiver. He's got it in the glove, and some mix up in front of the net, some pushing and shoving.
So what are the other oldest? I'm going to go with Baker down at Princeton.
Yes.
And the other one would be, do you know? I don't know.
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
I saw on the internet last week, oldest barns in college hockey, picked up Houston Fieldhouse, Hobie Baker. I think it was a shocker. We'll find it before at one of the intermissions. Here's Sitar off the draw. A one-time look for Buckley. Ozelins, head fake out to Sobieski. He had a 3-point game against Quinnipiac last weekend. Buckley in the corner battling. Taken away by Bentham. On the out, it's kept in. Over the stick of Bentham on Pack again.
Well, that puck is bouncing all over. Hope they're frozen tonight.
Speaking of old arenas, old programs, this arena, I believe it was announced last week, will have the renovation as soon as the season's over.
That's
start
correct.
Fixing things up here.
Yeah, they're going to start in March. They're going to take the floor out, redo the refrigeration system. There are 2 phases after that. One has to do with the boards and the glass. The other has to do with seating. And those 2 phases will be dependent and contingent upon fundraising.
Kicked by Forrester and picked up by Classic. Move to Russell. He takes space from Frias. Dumped in to the stick of Tapper, a shot. Pack makes the stop. Out to the point, it's Russell. Now low for Tapper. He's looking for his first goal in over 300 days. Doesn't have one on the season. Picked up by Wallace. Shoved to center, but it's picked up by Frias. 10 points on the year. Leading assist man on the roster. Now it's Hilditch drawing into the lineup tonight. Battling Pessonen. Tapper out for Lindbergh. Move to Hartman and out to center. Nudged forward and in by Keeble. Jetted up the wall. Past Hall. Icing. First one of the contest.
I've just been texted the answer that we were looking for.
Someone's tuned in.
Yeah, from a good friend, Jeff Robinson, who happens to be a St. Lawrence Saint. His nickname was The Rocket. Go figure.
The Rocket.
So if I'm saying St. Lawrence, the name of the rink is Appleton Arena.
Appleton, there you go. Well, Appleton was renovated,
yes,
if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
So I wonder if what I was reading was about rinks that haven't been renovated. We'll have to put a pin in that again, folks. Interesting conversation for it to start the evening. Picked up by Wallace on a block shot and dumped in. Pack nudges it with the big stick. Wallace first there. Whacked away from Wagner. Now it's Keeble. Headman's Miller. Knocked in with the big defensive paddle. Ozelins out to the corner. Shot through the crease but wide. Scherzer picks up. Slotted on the fourth line tonight, 91. Former Madison Capital. Gordon looks to feed Scherzer. Scherzer lifted the stick and shot, and it remains in the rink. Good save there from Pack. Now Scherzer in Gretzky's office. Out in front, Gordon was a foot away. Knocked out to the neutral zone. Ozelins with 1 forechecker on. Moving it to Sobieski off his stick. Now Sitar at puckman. To left corner, it's Miller. Checked off the puck, 2-on-2 drill in the corner. Miller ties a man up at Sitar. Bono getting slotted into that first line tonight. Without a point, 6 games. Buckley at the hashes. Battling Blackley, he's jamming at it. Over the top, it's Classic, a shot, whistling wide of the top shelf. Sent out, and the Bulldogs will get a wholesale change. Classic with the quick out, it's Bono. Over the line, a feed, Sitar spinning on goal, knocked out to Russell. In the danger zone, Bono can't bat it down, it's Sitar again, crawling up the wall. A shot from the point tipped wide. Buckley hunting at center. Bono tugs a man down behind the net. Chen takes a heavy hit in the corner from Buckley, and Buckley throws another body. Chippy in the early goings here.
Yeah, the finish in their check. Good pressure here early by RPI in the offensive zone.
Puck off a body and into the Bulldogs' offensive end. Richter, who slots into the first line left wing tonight in place of O'Donnell, number 12 there in blue. Son of New York Rangers legend Mike Richter. 2 other siblings play college sports as well. Sent past Tilling down ice, and we'll have our second icing from the Engineers, who lead 5-0 in the first few minutes here.
Well, I believe Mike Richter was at one point with Keith Elaine as the goaltending coach for these Yale Bulldogs.
Keith Elaine just retired.
That's right.
First season for Joe Howe.
Did a heck of a job here with these Yale Bulldogs, winning the national championship.
One of the most miraculous runs ever, that 2013 national championship. Sent down ice again. Another icing. Touched up by Dylan Hunt. Bridge, we were talking about it earlier. Although Elaine leaves, and that's a major shoes to fill. Joe Howe's been on this coaching staff since 2021. A lot of these are his recruits.
Yeah, definitely. And I was speaking to Joe before the game, and it's always an interesting dynamic when you talk to coaches who become head coaches within the same program. They were an assistant coach, because you know, when you get the head coaching job, you're the guy making decisions for all the lineup. So needless to say, your relationship changes a little bit when it comes to player-coach relationships.
Another icing from the Engineers, and why do you think they've been icing it so much?
Because they're just missing the guy in the neutral zone that's supposed to get a stick on it. Their sights are a little off to start.
That's a 4th icing so far. Bulldogs unable to get a shot on goal nonetheless, and we'll have a redo here. Rollers lined up at center. His former Madison Capitals teammate from 2023-24, Ronan O'Donnell, not in the lineup. He has 36 points in 46 games. He led the team this year with 8 goals, so the Fairfield, Connecticut native surely missed by the Bulldogs tonight, seeking their first road victory of the year, 0-7 so far. Hartman keeps. Rollers to the puck first, it's Van Dam. Out for Wilson. He circles with speed. Through the zone, he's got his man Rollers. The Engineers finally able to get in the zone, and they'll go for a change. Tinling on his horse. A flutter puck out to Lindbergh. He soccers it to the hashes. And he continues to battle and kick at it. Free puck out to Hartman. Now to Blackley. Settling on the forehand, he goes to the scoreboard. And he's got it. Sounded like it hit the top of the rink.
It did, didn't it? Little clanging going on there. You know, I've noticed that so far. Yale uses that high flip out of the zone quite a bit here. I think they've done it 3 times so far in this hockey game.
Tapper faced up against Wagnon. One-timer, Sobieski whistling wide. Now Wallace out to Lindbergh. Turnstiles to net. Tapper trying to jam it at pack covers. And some pushing and shoving again.
Well, great face-off win. Nice setup there. Out to Sobieski, and he just pulls that trigger wide. He's a right-hand shot, so it's natural for him to pull the puck to the left of the goal, across his body. He's got to open up his stick a little bit when releasing so that he can get that shot on goal.
Lindbergh jams it back for Sobieski. To Pack's chest, rebound, covered.
Sobieski getting some good looks here early.
He had that 3-point game against Quinnipiac in his last outing. What's made Sobieski so good this year?
Well, I just think the way he skates, and he's got a tremendous shot. He's got a real good release, and he's got the ability to move laterally across that blue line to pull the defenders out of the shooting range, so he rarely misses getting that shot to the net.
Hall off the draw, looking center. Knocked away, Sobieski looking to make a hit. He didn't connect, it's back to Hartman. A hard dump off the body of Wallace. Another in off the stick of Zito. Not far enough over the blue line. Ozelins to Sobieski, out for Tapper. Wallace chasing down into the corner, he's got Hall. To the puck first, out in front, Gordon a shot, rebound available. Jamming away is the Engineers. It's still free, and it's poked out. Hall off the boards, Russell keeps, and it's out of the zone on that pass off to Classic. Classic, nudged by Gherkin. Out to Gordon down center. To the left corridor, Scherzer leaves it off for Kirkostas. Around the cage they keep. Gordon jams out. A saucer to center. Backhand dish. No offsides there. Puck shot out of play. I thought that was offsides. Bentham on the entry. Here's another replay of that Gordon opportunity, and the Engineers were pouring it on.
Yeah, it was a 1-on-4. Gordon's the only RPI player there in the scrum. Puck is loose. All 5. Look at all 5 Yale players right there.
Like a Renaissance painting.
Yes.
There's David Chen at the faceoff, captain of this team. Scored the game winner to upset Quinnipiac in the 3rd game of the year at the Whale. Shot wide of the cage. Rebound, careened on net. It was Chen. Now the Engineers in the box. Van Dam knuckles that out. Shot wide of the cage. Hilditch. Puck taken away. Jammed in front. Sitar was there. Richter trying to score. Now Richter into the corner. Bono gets that out for Buckley. Off his stick. Andrechuk on the dump it. Krawchuk around for Buckley. A backhand turnstile pass off the boards. Indirectly, it's sent back in. This is Dylan Hunt. Krawchuk for Van Dam. The Alaska Anchorage transfer. Off the stick of Forster. Frias makes a move, and he's free. 3 on. A move to net, and they score! Donovan Frias plows to the net. 1-0 Bulldogs.
Well, that was basically a 3-on-1, and he takes that puck right to the net, and he's not looking to dish it at all. He takes the first shot, follows up on the rebound, and he was able to beat Krawchuk on, I think, just the 2nd shot of the game. Van Dam went down a little early so that they couldn't make that pass across, and Frias just takes it to the right to the net, puts it in on the backhand off the rebound.
Way to follow up that shot. Frias' 4th goal of the season, and that extends his point streak to 5 games. A one-time whiff over the stick of Molson. Now it's Wilson battling Pessonen. Roller's got a stick involved. Pessonen still got it in the corner, and he works out with it. Down for Frias. Sobieski on his back. The cycle here. Down the wall now. Below the cage. Sent in front, just past the stick of Frias. Wilson, Rovers with it, but he's tied up at the hashes, taken away by the Bulldogs. Pessonen, tied up by Ozelins. Wilson out in front for Sobieski. Now Wilson. Feather to Wallace, the shot over the net and wide. A pass sent across and look for Lindbergh. Nudged forward, there was a man breaking. Keeble still got him. Keeble, toe drag, move to net, backhand, off the crossbar. It's sent out all the way down, but no ice. Miller picks up.
Wow, what a great play by Keeble. He had Krawchuk down and out.
The Bulldogs smell blood.
Yeah, we'll have to take another look at that one. And that's right after Wallace having a great opportunity and missing the net.
The Engineers in. Puck knocked off the stick of Lindbergh. It's Tapper up the wall. Tapper evading checkers. Out to the slot. It's Hilditch at the point. Pass sent cross ice for Tapper. Good open ice look from Hilditch. Around to the hashes. Classic making contact. Tapper to the puck. Shot wide of the cage. Forechecker on. It's Gordon. Looking to connect a massive hit. He got a piece of his man. It was Bentham. Now it's Scherzer at the blue line. Engineers in again. Shots 9-3 in favor of RPI. Sent up the wall. On a funny bounce, it trickles to center. Scherzer a shot off a body and to the side of the rink. Thought it went out for a moment. Bentham struggling again against Scherzer and Gordon. Ultimately, Chen gets this out. Hilditch back, first man on. Flubbing on the pass, Scherzer picks up. Wheeling it behind the cage. Left for Van Dam, he's got to get to it. Tied up by Gherkin. Gordon sends it up for Hilditch on the opposite hand. Bourgault, unable to handle, it's back into the corner. Van Dam a hard pass up ice. Scherzer, another look for Hilditch, he missed the mark. Richter's in first. He goes careening into the boards. Bourgault in between the legs pass, finds Scherzer. Cross ice look for Van Dam, hits off of Gordon's skate, and they're back in.
RPI's got to get that across the neutral zone and into the zone. They've been out there into the offensive zone. They've been out there a long time.
One-timer snapped to the side of the net and off a defender's skate. Sent down ice by the Engineers. It's knocked down by Forrester. Another stretch pass with Chen cutting to net. A shot off the chest of Krawchuk. Now it's Richter up for Forrester. A shot from the point, patted away by Krawchuk. A man releases. Chased down is Buckley. Looking on Pack. Opts not to snow him. Smart play from 21.
Wow, that was a save by Krawchuk. I don't think he saw that puck, but that's after the crossbar being rang by Yale as we go to break.
Fast action. We'll see you in a moment, folks.
This is GE Vernova, helping generate and move the energy that our world needs. Welcome to a new era of energy.
Speed, skill, physicality. Home to college hockey's elite teams, coaches, and student athletes. ECAC Hockey, 12 programs competing at the highest level. A league where champions are born and world-class professionals are trained. Where history is abundant and a commitment to the cutting edge is unrivaled. The best facilities, the fiercest competition. ECAC Hockey, there's no experience like it.
is honored here at the intermission. It's nice to see those people in our community get that round of applause. Wilson wins this down low. It's rollers for Tinling. Tinling on pace for just 9 points this season. Out to center, it's Wilson, a hard back check and a whistle. Any idea what the whistle was for?
No. The referees are pointing at center ice. So I don't know if it hit something on the bench or what it did.
Maybe the door was open. Looked like they were fidgeting with the door momentarily. Carson Dorfman, one of the keepers on RPI, and looked like a trainer were jamming at the door. I don't know. Maybe it had to do with the bench. Nonetheless, a face-off at center ice. Rollers wins it back for Ozelins. Kick to Sobieski. Stretch to Rollers. Rollers in down the left corridor. Shot wide. Sobieski keeps. A stutter step and dump it. Rollers first to it. Touchdown in front is Tinling. Tinling to Rollers. Looking for the triangulation. Wilson at center. Carried out. Bentham with the touch. Pessinen knocked off his stick by Tinling into the corner. Pessinen. Frias. Around the cage, a wraparound off the boot of Ozelins and wide. 27's having a strong first period here. Forster steps up. With speed, he carries in. 4 on. A shot from Frias, save. And another goal, Pessonen. On the rebound, 2-0 Bulldogs.
Wow, what a shot. That, I don't know if that hit anything on the way to the net, but Pessonen with a nice snapshot goes top shelf, far glove on Krawczyk here. Just trying to see if that went off anything. No, you know what? That was the attempted block by Rollers on that.
Pessonen extends his point streak now to 4 games, 3 goals, 2 assists. Frias extended his point streak on the first goal. And this is without the team's leading point scorer, Ronan O'Donnell, in the lineup. Yale Bulldogs up 2-0, looking for their first win on the road this year. RPI down now, looking for their first win since November 15th at home. It's Hunt at the point. Pass across, looking out in front. A dangerous look for the Bulldogs is cleared by Lindbergh.
Well, I think so far the difference has been Noah Pack in the pipes for Yale. RPI's out shooting them 10-6, but that's also taken into account that RPI's had a couple of point-blank scoring opportunities that they missed the net on.
After Kyrkostas just passed him, a chase down for it. It's Hartman. Power turn with the backhand. Filtered out, and yeah, Fridge, good call. Coach's eye. Coach's eye. The RPI pep band likes that one.
Yeah, RPI will go to their first power play of the game.
RPI 13.8% on the power play, 8 power play goals, 10 in the conference. And Fridge, they've had some chances here. You think you see the same of what we saw at Quinnipiac?
Yeah, they just gotta, RPI's just gotta dial in. I mean, like Sobieski misses in that, Wallace misses in that point blank on the rush, and then you have in front of the net where Gordon's tried to jam it. They've had some scoring opportunities.
Sobieski, one-timer Wilson off a block. That was James Shannon getting in the lane. Down ice, Sobieski 200 feet away. Wilson finds Buckley on a break. Buckley a shot, the rebound out. Pack stands tall, and it's sent back out of the zone.
Boy, Buckley with the quick release there, but he didn't really show anything to Pack to get him to commit to anything. He just released it. Looked like he was going 5-hole.
Wallace goes opposite zone, and it's back to his corridor. In the corner, 3-on-3 battle. Out to Sobieski. He walks the blue line. Buckley, low for Wallace. Sauce to Buckley's boots. A backhand dish back for Wallace. Now Wilson. Across. Pass broken up. That time by Miller.
Well, good active stick by the defensive player of Yale. Stick in the passing lane, deflecting that up into the stand. Face off in the offensive zone here for RPI.
A minute and 2 seconds remaining on the power play for the Engineers, first of the game. One back to Rollers. Low for Tinling. Pass across off the stick and wide of the net. That was Bono tying things up in front. Classic. Rollers with room, a shot. Blocked away by Hunt.
Roller's got to get that puck to the net a lot quicker than that. The longer he holds onto it for that snapshot, the more time it gives Yale to set back up in the defensive strategy.
Roller's one of those players that was highly scouted by Big Ten programs. Ended up here at RPI, former Madison Capital. Scored his first goal since November 8th last weekend against Quinnipiac. Sent down low, Bono knocked down in front. No call, Classic trying to keep, and it's down ice again. 35 seconds remaining on the power play. Classic to the stick of Rollers. Miller first there to Bono. Now Tinling. Up to Classic, he can't keep. Wagnon looking for a break. Rollers to Tinling cross ice. Back for Classic. Adjacent to Rollers. Tinling curling. Pass across on a look for Tapper. He wound up, but the puck didn't find him. Bulldogs with a lot of active sticks as they kill that power play off.
Yeah, that's the second time Tinling tried to go across ice through the box like that to someone on the far side. You got one of the Yale defenders gets a stick on it. That's out of the zone.
Blackley off the stick of Pessonen, who scored the second goal for the Bulldogs. Apologies. Gordon. Kirkostas at the red line. He waits and holds. Fire down ice. Van Dam first in on the forecheck. Kirkostas to cover. It's Blackley. Another finish check at the boards. Toe drag move to the inside. And the Bulldogs are showing some of their skill tonight. Picked up by Hartman, a shot just off the mark.
Well, a good thing that missed the net. Krawchuk lost his stick and he was down on his butterfly, and that far side was wide open.
Sobieski tied up in the corner. Russell for Kirkostas. Sent back for Bentham. Touched by Zito. A pass leading Zito, missed, and now it's out to Scherzer. Checked by Buckley, and now Ozelin's behind the net. Ozelin's a touch to Sobieski. Backhand dish for Sitar. Out for Scherzer. A move to the outside. Down the right wing, he looks to cut to center. Buckley tied up, he wanted to pull the trigger. A touch to Hilditch. Looking for Buckley behind his back. It's Hunt. Overskated by Buckley. Hunt still got it. Shoved off the puck. Now Sitar possesses. Good forecheck from Scherzer. Sitar with two on his back. Towards net a touch. Wide. It's Scherzer picking up. Swept to Classic. Sitar down low. Eyes up. Classic. Sitar looking to curl. He looks to pump the brakes as well. It's kept in by Hilditch offside. Now Forrester. Going off, full change for the Bulldogs. It's Miller. Off the stick of Wagnon on goal. Krawchuk covers. 2:02 remaining here in the first period.
I was just wondering if the fan chanting "Go Red" has Energizer batteries. He did that for a while. Yeah, RPI's got to find a way to get some shots. They had that 2-minute power play where they didn't have a shot on goal.
Wondering if the fans at home can hear the Go Red chant through our headsets.
I'm sure they can. He's down about 6 rows in front of us.
This period's flown by.
It has. Excuse me, I think RPI had 1 shot on that power play.
Lindbergh facing off against Braden Keeble. Touched by Tapper forward. Walk down by Bentham, a shot. With traffic in front, it goes wide. Russell a hard check in the corner on Wagnon. Tapper out to Wallace. Wallace 1-on-2. A dump and chase. Knocking down Miller. Freeing the puck up, it's Lindbergh. Out in front, Wilson a shot, he scores! That'll cut the lead. Bruce Wilson.
Well, that was just a great play behind the net. Actually, I thought they were going to go to Wallace, but Wallace let it go, came right to Wilson. Wilson puts it, looks like it went 5-hole. Wallace was at the side of the net. And what a great play by Wilson. What great offensive instincts. He went right to the slot area where there was so much space. The puck finds him, and he puts it glove side on the goaltender for Yale, Noah Paquin. We got ourselves a 2-1 game, and I was just about to say how important this next goal is for RPI.
Wilson wired that home. Leads RPI in points this season with 15. He'll add to that total as he battles Pessinen in the corner. Knocked to rollers. A battle at the blue line. It's kept by the Bulldogs now on the regroup. Hall walks up to the red line and gains the zone. Ozelin's first on. Past Tinling, it's Hall a shot. Wide of the cage, looking for Pessinen streaking on goal. Sent out in front to Tinling. Sobieski joins the rush. Sobieski 1-on-1. Stutter step shot on Pack. Out in front, it's Tinling gathering. Excuse me, it's Hunt. Backhand saucer out to Chen. With speed, he drops the shoulder around the net. He's got a man. Another one, it's Richter, and the shot's blocked. Buckley closed off at the point. A dump in, Andrew Chuck on. Sobieski, good body position. Russell, taken away by Chen. Andrew Chuck, a shot, and it's up in the air. Andrew Chuck keeps. Knocked off the puck by Sitar momentarily. Sobieski. Down low, it's Richter. Buckley chasing in the corner. Andrew Chuck keeps down low. Richter frees the puck, and he's the first to it. 4 seconds. Out to Forrester off his boot. Walking down the wall. That'll do it for the first. And boy, don't you wish you could just keep going at this pace.
Wow. I mean, Andrew Chuck, it looked like Krawchuk got a little bit of that shot. It might have went off his shoulder and then the crossbar from what it looked like down here.
2-1 Yale Bulldogs leading RPI after one. We'll have head coach Eric Lang on with us in a moment. Any quick reactions, Fridge?
No, I thought it was a well-played game. It's just that the goals that the couple of shots early that end up being taken by Yale end up going in on Krawchuk. But I thought RPI certainly had their fair share of offensive opportunities.
Coach, 2-1 first period, fast action. What'd you think?
Yeah, I loved our start. We're getting some pucks towards the net. A big goal stayed the obvious there at the end of the period. I weirdly liked us. It felt like we give up 2 chances and we're down. We're chasing the game again.
Yeah,
we're missing some nets though. You know, we get 2 breakaways in the period. We go another 0 for 2, 1 missed net, 1 the guy's breadbasket. You know, they score on a broken play. I don't think we played that 3-on-1 overly. You know, we got a D with his feet going the wrong direction there, and you know, sometimes it's a little bit when we're in control of the game, we can't give up anything easy going the other way, and we make an immature play, and it's 1-0, and we don't score a lot. So most nights it's a race to 3. Some nights for us it's a race to 2. So we're going to have to really dig in here.
Yeah, I thought that just what you said. I thought you had a couple of real good scoring opportunities, missing the net on them. But I thought Wilson made a great play there, finding that open space in the slot area.
Yeah, he's been our best player here since we've been back. Weirdly, we've been good 8 out of our 9 periods since we've been back. I actually liked that period. I thought we had good intent. We're finishing checks. We're playing fast. And, another period like that will get this thing evened up here.
Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Always so insightful, head coach Eric Lang. First season here behind the bench, and he's looking to build this program back up, taking baby steps here. And that first period was one of the most entertaining of the season here at the Fieldhouse.
Well, there's Gordon in front of the net where he was the only one. 4-5 Yale players around him where he's trying to get that puck. It's free, and finally some teammates come in for support. There's the first goal, where he just follows that puck right to the net, takes it shot off the pad, and puts it in on the backhand right here. So that's 1-0. There's a one off the crossbar.
We've been waiting to see this one. Holy smokes, what a move.
Yeah. Great patience, too. Held it, waited for Krawchuk to go down, and then he puts it up off the crossbar. There's the one that goes far side, top shelf on Krawchuk. First one is blocked by Sobieski, but certainly makes it count on the second shot.
Donovan Frias with the first shot. He'll have a goal and an assist register to him.
I thought Krawchuk was just a little off his angle on that shot. Then they're on the power play. Block shot.
And Wilson scored the first goal for the Engineers in the slot late in the period. That gets us to a 1-goal game. Stick with us, ECAC Hockey on ESPN. We'll be back in 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Go get yourself a beverage, but don't go too far from the screen.
Now, more than ever, technology drives innovation. But innovation won't change the world if it never leaves the lab. At Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute's Lally School of Management, we push the cutting edge into everyday life. Lally is located in an international hub of biotech, clean energy, artificial intelligence, and semiconductor manufacturing, with easy access to New York City and everything the Northeast has to offer. Our campus culture, rooted in clubs, honor societies, social and athletic traditions, and advanced approaches to art and entertainment, helps us expand our networks, stay well, and let loose. RPI was the first technological university in the Western Hemisphere. We've been changing the world for more than 200 years, and we're not stopping now. Lally students and faculty are immersed in an environment of creativity and discovery. You'll work side by side with scientists and engineers to turn technological advances into products and services that address tomorrow's challenges. Our Office of Strategic Alliances and Translation builds bridges between research and business. A student-managed fund, an incubator campus, and in our home city offer leadership and entrepreneurship experience before you even graduate. The world is on the verge of transformations in computing, medicine, sustainability, and industry. Uniquely positioned at the frontier of business, science, and technology, Lally is ready to lead, and we want you with us. Guide the cutting edge. Apply today and join us.
We are boundary-pushing change agents. We do what it takes to make things happen together. It's our collaborative spirit that sparks creativity and pushes us to think beyond ourselves. We're scrappy and unabashedly enthusiastic passions and projects. We are hardwired for the havoc of change. We know it isn't easy, that theories can fail and world-changing can feel futile. But that's the calm before the brilliant storm. The breath you take before you break through. Small change comes from asking why. Changing the world comes from asking, why not? That's the question we ask everyone, from freshmen to faculty. It's the question that fuels us to find the next new. The question we ask you, why not change the world?
Welcome back to ECAC Hockey on ESPN. The RPI Engineers coming out trailing 2-1 against their opponent, the Yale Bulldogs, who are seeking their first win on the road this season. 7 tries, 7 losses for the Bulldogs. RPI is looking for their first win on home ice since November 15th. Stakes are high in the cellar of the ECAC. Both of these teams trying to get into the territory where they can host a first-round game and not just play in one. I'm Matthew Mugno alongside Dan Fridgen. Fridge, what did you think of that first period? It was fast-paced.
Yeah, it was, and I thought it was pretty evenly played, even though RPI finds themselves down 2-1. But they certainly got a goal when they needed it because they couldn't afford to go down by 3, no matter who the opposition is, especially at home. But yeah, just looking at the standings right now, Princeton and Quinnipiac are tied at 22 points apiece, sitting on top of the ECAC.
Princeton's been a story this year in college hockey.
Yes, and at the bottom is St. Lawrence. RPI's at 11th, 10th is Brown, and Yale is at 9th, 3 points ahead of RPI. And of course, this is a little skewed because Cornell and Colgate haven't played any of their games against each other, so they've only played 8 games. Dartmouth and Harvard have only played 9 games, where the rest of the ECAC has played 10.
Ivy starting later. Second period underway here. We'll keep watching those standings as the season crawls along here. Buckley sweeping it low for Sitar. Fresh sheet of ice. Bono moved up to this first line. Looking out in front, it's Buckley with the puck. A shot snapped on goal. He's checked into the keeper by Miller. Pack on his back. He's back to his feet, no stick. Sobieski is shot through traffic, high and over the net. Andrewchuk glassed by Buckley. Knocked forward by Richter. Bono's got it. Flubbed across to Ozelins, who gains the zone. Change for RPI and a whistle.
That's bad awareness on behalf of the Yale. The 5 guys out there. One of the D should have went and got the stick there for Noah Pack when he lost it, but I was hoping, I forget who that was, took that puck right to the net. He should have made that move sooner.
That was Buckley.
Yeah, Buckley. He had a lane all the way to the net there. Thought he activated just a little too late.
There's Donovan Frias, number 27 in Navy. 6'5", Hudson, Massachusetts native. His brother Julian's on the roster as well. He's got a goal and an assist.
Okay.
1 out to the point. Shot past Krawchuk. It's Hunt down the wall. Puck knocked off his stick and picked up by Pessanen. It was the second goal for the Bulldogs tonight. Vlasic in his own end. Off the glass to Ozelins behind the net. Bono, high glass and out. Here's Hunt. Plenty of white ahead of him, and he'll take it. at the red line. A dump on goal. Off the pads to the corner. Russell out for rollers. Berger knocks that off his stick. He had a man streaking on goal.
I was going to say, I think in reading about Yale last night, they have 3 sets of brothers.
Yes, Tanaka Campbell.
Yeah.
Frias. And one more. Pesserman.
Yes, correct.
Use is not dressed tonight. He's number 5. How about that? Talk about pedigree.
Well, nobody can ever accuse Yale Bulldogs of not being a family team, family-oriented team.
They're a team, you know, Keith Elaine for years wanted to recruit fast players, like smaller players, and it's interesting because Donovan Frias is towering on the ice tonight.
Yeah, he certainly likes the up-tempo type game, puck possession, puck pressure all over the ice. And actually speaking to the interim head coach for the Yale Bulldogs, Joe Howell, before the game, he said that's how he knows his team is on and dialed in, and when they're moving their feet and playing an up-tempo type game.
Been exciting here tonight as Lindbergh picks up a backhand dish at the wall and out of the zone. Hartman forced back, off his stick into the corner. Blackley. The Engineers with an opportunity to gain possession. Wallace around a man. It's Tapper to it. Puck in the corner. It's Lindbergh. Nudged to Tapper. He puts the brakes on. Time and space bought. Out to the point. Look for Sobieski. He'll walk a man. Sobieski a pass across. Picked up by Ozelins. Backhand towards goal. Patted away by Pack. Ozelins a one-timer. Into the wickets. It's free. Rebound available and knocked off the stick of Tapper. Icing here as Ozelins touches up.
Boy, Tapper had Lindbergh wide open. Off to the side of the net. I don't think he caught his eye at all because he was looking deep for the D-man.
Few chances again here early.
Yeah, good offensive pressure here to start this second period for RPI. Trying to get the equalizer.
Engineers with another O-zone face-off. They win it, but it's quickly pulled away by the Bulldogs. Free puck, found by Classic. Pack left it for Hartman. The Engineers through neutral zone. Scherzer a shot to the chest of Pack, and another few pushes after the whistle here.
Great transition in the neutral zone for RPI, going from defense to offense. One pass off to Scherzer, and he takes a nice shot, trying to use the defense as a screen. And Pack was there for the save, hitting in the red basket.
Tapper at center, Lindbergh lined up to the outside. Wallace to the inside. Hilditch, Van Dam at the points. Bentham first to it for the Bulldogs. The Shannon line is out. Out for Gherkin. USHL champion with Muskegon in 2025. Tapper first to it. Sent low. Van Dam with a successful pinch. Wallace wins the puck battle. He's still working in the corner. Hard hat on. Lindbergh curling. A shot off a body and wide. Now Bentham down the wall looking for Shannon. It's Hilditch at the opposite end of the ice. Pinned to the wall. They'll play finders keepers.
Well, that was a smart play there by Hilditch. He didn't really have much support over there. You always hear your coach saying, if you don't have support, don't give it away, eat it.
Now Lindbergh off the rush. Sauce to Tapper, just over his stick. Bono finds Sobieski. Dancing shoes, a shot just off the mark.
Look at how he pulled that guy right out of the shooting lane. That was a winger, Kurt Gherkin.
Pulled him out of his skates, too. Chen leaving it off for Gherkin. A step and a change for the Bulldogs. Well, we're being treated to another fast period here, Fridge. Puck stop by Pack behind the net. Up for Andrewchuk. Buckley with a finish. Andrewchuk successfully clears. It's Russell on. Russell dealt with an injury at Michigan Tech all of last season. Missed his senior year, graduate at RPI. Off a stick, adjacent to Classic, who knocks it in. Now it's Hartman to Andrewchuk. Tape to tape. Behind the RPI cage. Classic on a backhand feather pass. Tinling. Off free skate. Rollers picks up. They got the two big boys matched up.
I see that.
Back for Classic. Now Wilson, who's got the lone goal for the Engineers. Hitting Rollers at the line. Rollers cuts to center. Mishandle, shot on Pack. Stick to the side. Up the wall. It's Hilditch. Rims it around the glass. Tinling for Rollers. Rollers in Gretzky's office. Out in front to look for Wilson. Tinling a shot off a block. Kept at the point. From Van Dam's stick. Wilson a shot off of Hall's stick. And on the jump, Molson couldn't carry it out for the break. To Frias. Frias with the move on a defender. Looking out in front. It was Hilditch. Knocking the puck away. Gordon for Hilditch. Frias steps up for the hit. And he'll find Van Dam streaking. Both defenders joining in the rush here. To the cage. Free puck. Backhand shot. Swept to the side. Gordon tries to get it on net. He's closed off by Bentham. It's Miller pumping the tires off of Pessinen. They'll try and keep. Again, it's the Engineers who mishandle twice. Sobieski gains the line. Now to Scherzer covering at the point. A tip. Rebound available. And a pile of humanity prevents the Engineers from getting another rebound attempt. Bourgault chops away at it. Hacked down ice. Miller again. Hesitates for a moment. May have touched an RPI stick on the way down. Shot as Krawchuk falls to the ice. Berger a shot. Krawchuk makes the stop. Great recovery from 30.
Wow, he went out to play that puck and then did the zigzag and zag-zigging on his way back to the crease. And I think he blows a tire, ends up on his keister, but was able to recover in time for the glove save.
Good recovery there from Krawchuk. Last home win here, he had a shutout. Said it was an icing here. And Krawchuk, we got to interview him after that victory. He was elated. He said it was a dream come true. Here's another look at that save.
Yep, right into the glove. Just shows him on the recovery part of it.
That was Berger with the opportunity, Micah Berger. 4 goals on the season, 8 points. Top 5 on the team. Move behind the net by Wagner. Keeble cutting to the net. Good hands, knocked off his stick by Lindbergh. Keeble, silky mitts. Out to the point, a shot. Whistling wide. It was Forrester, who's got 2 assists tonight.
Real good play there by Yale, where they come out of the corner and they find their weak side D wide open, going to the net.
Tapper met by Hunt at the wall. A backhand dish blindly by Wallace. No ice here, as the Engineers send it all the way back into their own end. Sitar looking to headman Hilditch, who joined the rush. Intercepted by the Bulldogs. In off the stick, it's Hilditch with Gherkin on. Now Sitar. No time as Shannon closed in. Van Dam, puck on his stick, off to Buckley. Left for Bono, back for Buckley. To the inside, a shot. Oh, it trickled on goal, but Pack was there, down in Butterfly.
I don't know if that hit Bono in the back of the leg there on the shot from Matthew Buckley.
Well, Pack had 46 saves at Colgate on November 14th. It was a loss, but he's had to make over 30 saves 3 times this season. 34 record last season, 3 and 6 this year. One of those wins coming on the road. Another look at that opportunity. Rollers wins this back. It's Wilson. One-time Rosalind's patted away by Pack. Wilson, first back on the regroup. Rosalind's gaining the red line and in. Finland walks down the wall. Bentham with the takeaway. Backhand dish out to the wall. It's Andrewchuk. Knocked off his stick by Wilson. Ozalin's first. Bouncer for Sobieski. Rollers touches for Tinling. A backhand dish puts the puck on edge. Now Richter first in. Finishing his check on Ozalin's. It's Sobieski. Finding Rollers at the slot. Tinling. Far corner, he'll go for the change. Just past the stick of Chen. There's 2 game winners on the year. 2-1 Bulldogs. Looking for their first win on the road. RPI looking for their first win since November 15th at home. Russell knocks it free. It's Scherzer. Closed off by Richter. Andrewchuk hits the deck. It frees things up. Kyrkostas drawing into the lineup tonight, number 19 in white. Free for Kyrkostas. Puck knocked off his stick. A pinch by Classic. He's got a few points to his name this season. Strong start for the Austrian native. Scherzer a shot. Bouncer, Gordon. Shot wide. Classic one-timed and sliced past Pack. Russell closed off on the pinch. He's brought down by Chen. 3 Engineers on. 4 Bulldogs. Andrewchuk leaving it for Forrester. Blasting out. Brawchuk bumps it for Classic. Now Lindbergh carving up the center lane. Touched by Wallace, he'll get it deep. Checked off the puck by Hartman. Wallace can't keep, it's out for the Bulldogs. Frias. Brawchuk with the keep, and we'll get another stoppage. Well, for just a few stoppages, but that pace is kept up, and RPI is meeting that. Folks, we'll be back in a few moments. Media timeout here. Don't go too far from that screen. Hockey on ESPN. Donovan Frias facing off against Philip Sitar. Military Appreciation Night here. Honored a veteran at the break. while you were getting yourself a beverage or a snack. Sent down ice. Setar gets there first. A stick on it. Buckley tying it up against Frias. Now Bono. Blocking out a defender. Sent low, it's Buckley. Just past his stick, he's still there. Reaching for it. Back for Sobieski. A soft touch off his stick, it's Frias. Leaving it for Molson. He's got a man. Miller a shot wide. A scorcher. Frias with the keep-in attempt, it's Blackley. The regroup, banked off the glass. Sobieski finds Buckley. Off a shoe, it's Setar. Looking for a man. Hartman checked him from behind. He got him in the numbers. It's Russell as Krawchuk comes to the bench. Now Classic. Power play coming up. Engineers with the goaltender pulled. Still possessing. Classic left off. For Setar, knocked off his stick by Hartman, who committed the penalty. Will have the Engineers' second power play on deck.
Well, so far they're calling that a 2-minute for boarding.
That's Hartman. He'll sit for 2 or less in the sin bin. Here's a replay of the infraction.
Yeah, good call. Somewhat of a nudge, not really a follow-through check.
Engineers, 2-minute power play on deck. Yale first to it, it's Shannon. A shot, he scores! In the blink of an eye, Shannon short-handed. And the Yale Bulldogs take a 3-1 lead.
Well, it looks like that was a set play off the face-off for the Yale Bulldogs in their defensive zone, because they came out of there so fast. That was the penalty.
We'll get the replay for you in a few moments, folks. Shannon on it again. Engineers with the power play here. That must have been 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'd like to see it from the face-off, because I was looking to my left as opposed to looking at the draw, and then all I saw was 2 guys flying through the neutral zone.
Wilson picks up, toe drag shot into the pads of Pack. He's got it.
Oh, Luciano Wilson getting some good opportunities here, but.
And here's the goal.
Yeah, that was an inside-out shot. As a right shot, you come across your body. You're going to shoot for the left side of the net. He opened up the stick and shot to the far side. That's a goal scorer's goal right there by Shannon.
3rd of the year. First year from New York City. So James Shannon. A nice goal to put up the Bulldogs 3-1 shorthanded. RPI with 1 minute and 12 seconds to operate here with the man advantage. Out for Wallace. Dump back for Sobieski. Putting on the moves. Richter on skates. Tapper on the high cycle. Possessing around the cage. It's Wilson now. Back for Tapper. Strung for Sobieski. Wilson wants it. Wilson slotted low. He was looking Tapper. Bounce pass for Wilson. Inside, outside Richter. Shot screaming wide. Rebound Tapper over the cage on the roller. Setar up the wall. Classic jumps off the bench. Sobieski off. Wilson picks up at QB. Classic a shot wide. Setar. Out in front, trying to whack away was Wallace, is stumped out. And the Bulldogs get it clear, 15 seconds remaining. Classic looking for options, he takes it himself. Nudged forward, 4 on, into the corner. Shannon first on. Scherzer skating for it, a miscommunication. Here comes Frias with Shannon darting. Frias around, and he can't loop it back to Shannon. Left off for Kyrkostas. He skates right corridor. Shot patted away, looking for a rebound. Donovan Frias the other way. Frias chugging down ice, pumping the brakes. Left for Hunt, knocked off his stick. Now Van Dam, one-on-one. Checked off by Forrester. North-south hockey.
What a great play by Forrester there as he took Van Dam down. Wasn't going to be dangled by a defenseman.
Out for Russell and back for Kyrkostas. 5:24 remaining here in the second period. Yale taking that 3-1 lead on a shorthanded goal off the stick of Shannon. First road victory in their sights for this season. RPI in danger of losing their 9th game in ECAC play and 10th at home ice. That'll be an icing. RPI committing that one. George, what have you thought of the speed of this game from RPI standpoint?
I'm thinking that they're there, keeping up with Yale, but I think Yale does a tremendous job applying pressure, moving their feet on the penalty kill. They're forcing RPI to make decisions before they're ready to make one.
Sent out to Bentham. The name of this game has been speed, and the Bulldogs are setting the pace. Sent back for Chen. Up for Bentham, a ripper, and it's gloved down by Krawchuk.
And what I mean by that is that offensively, RPI is forcing, their plays that they want to make on the power play, they're being forced into some unforced errors because of the pressure that defensively Yale is putting on them.
So it'll be Lindbergh, who's become a crucial part of this team this year, 10th in the ECAC in face-off win percentage. Coached by Lang at AIC, followed him here. One back for Hilditch. Over the stick of Blackley, Tapper chases it down. Pack, open face, he plays it to the corner. Tapper got a piece. Bulldogs come away with it. Berger. Touch forward, 3 engineers on the back check. Whack to the point, Wagnon keeps. A step to the outside, Wallace chasing, Wagnon still got it, and now Lindbergh possesses. Out for Wallace at the hashes. Kept by Blackley, D to D. Sent in off the stick of Hall. Wagnon tied up. Wallace sweeps it out to the neutral zone. A slow roller allows the change. Down ice and picked up by Ozelins. Hard off the wall for Buckley. A backhander to the left wing. This is Wallace. Deep for Buckley. Down low to start a cycle. Sitar slow to the puck, and it's out for the Bulldogs. Frias with Forrester joining the rush. Classic stands him up in the NZ. And a stoppage on an offsides.
Yeah, Yale is doing a great job just advancing that puck and getting guys up the ice. They had a 3-on-2 there, but they weren't able to execute anything. But they certainly have some team speed. There's no question about that.
Breeze whacks it forward. Classic picks up. Sobieski. Short sticked by Buckley. It's Molson leaving it for Pessonen. Pessonen trying to buy a second of space. Now Molson into the corner. Pessonen eyes up in Gretzky's office. Behind the cage, he finds Molson again. Miller wants it. Here's Bentham. Molson. Shot gloved into the breadbasket of Krawchuk.
Well, Tom Molson, the son of the Molson dynasty up in Canada, and Dad, the CEO of the Montreal Canadiens.
How about that?
You know what he's got? He's a good little playmaker. You can see his level of intelligence in his game. Every pass, every shot's very well calculated.
Speaking of Canadians representation, not in the lineup tonight, but Jack Gordon transfer from BU to RPI. Across for Chen, available for Andrew Chuck. He had the whole net and scores.
Well, what a fake. He faked out not just the goaltender Krawchuk, but I think that was no, that was Gordon who was going to try to block that shot. Just a great play by Chen to feed Andrechuk, and they've got themselves a 4-1 lead. Here's another top shelf look at it.
Well, it looks like this is the face-off right before. Forgive us on the replay there. We'll have that one up momentarily. Next stoppage, Andrew Chuck finishing that play off. 4th goal of the season. 8th of his career. Sent in by Bentham. So now RPI trailing by 3. It'll take a Herculean effort to get back into this contest for the Engineers, who are seeking their first win since 2025 on home ice. Sobieski with a stick high from Chen. He walks down the wall, nudged forward to Chen. Chen with patience out for Miller. Miller, a shot, he scores!
Well, I think that's going to be the night for Mr. Krawchuk. Man, what a shot by Miller. Top shelf, far side. Again, they're shooting high on Nate Krawchuk there in the place for RPI.
One back-breaking goal after another. The Engineers surrendering this period. Shannon shorthanded. Miller joining in on the rush and finding the back of the cage. Andrew Chuck also has a tally. They came in leading 2-1. It's 5-1 now. 2 minutes left. Great move by Zito. On goal, he circles. Pass across. Batted down. A shot just wide. Krawchuk remaining in the cage.
Yeah, good move by Coach Lang. You only got a minute, 45 seconds left in the period. Talk about it between periods and start off fresh in the 3rd.
Down ice again. We'll have another face-off in RPI's zone. Well, the Bulldogs had an 8-1 win against St. Lawrence on January 9th, the closest loss against Clarkson, but Bridge, you and I were saying, well, wow, they put together some game against St. Lawrence, and we're seeing that tonight now.
Yeah, well, right off the get-go, I noticed how Yale was really playing an upbeat type game. And it's up to RPI to try to match their speed, which they've had some trouble doing. But that's the type of game that Joe Howe was looking for from his squad. Now, whether it was going to be here tonight, he wasn't quite sure, but he said that if they are playing an up-tempo game, that's going to be their game that they play. They pressure the puck, and they like to move the puck, and obviously they've got some guys who can put the puck in the net.
5-11 this season. First year without Keith Allain guiding the ship. 2013 national champion, 19 seasons, and a shot on goal. Off pack, Bono bumps him. And Fridge, I believe Allain was a goalkeeper for the legendary Tim Taylor.
He was.
So
yes.
Talk about coaching lineage. And behind the bench now, Joe Howe was the goaltending coach at Denver when they won the national championship in 2017.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, obviously they wanted to stick with a goaltender behind the bench.
Two goaltenders battling to keep their Yale team in games. Noah Pack and Jack Stark. Stark on November 22nd made 40 saves versus Brown, made 30 saves versus Omaha in back-to-back wins. Back for Hilditch. A dump in. Past Pack, Miller. Kostis, and a massive hit from Gordon And now a fight in the corner. A headlock, and it's just a 1v1. Can't drop the gloves, Fred.
Nope. But you can overpower him with some size, which Gordon certainly has.
Arizona State transfer, letting some of those emotions fly. His team down 4-1 at the moment. And it looks like he'll be guided to the box.
There's another look at it here. He just went in, lowered the boom. And that was Yale's number 17, Zachary Wagner.
And I believe that was Miller that jumped in for his teammate, and Miller just scored the last goal. So, yep, it'll be Miller and Gordon.
And we got some out-of-town scores right now at Dartmouth. Clarkson's
little
up
early, Fridge, right?
Oh, no, we're in the second period here. Clarkson's up 2-1 on Dartmouth. Cornell and Princeton are tied in Ithaca at 1 apiece.
Wait, Clarkson's up on Dartmouth.
Yes.
That's something to keep an eye on.
Yes, and your alma mater's up 4-0 on my alma mater. Quinnipiac up 4-0 on Colgate.
Oh, wow.
They haven't updated the score here. They're still at 3-1. Union is up 2-0 on Brown, and Harvard is up 3-1 at the Bright Center in Alston, Mass, against St. Lawrence. So all these games are late in the second period.
Some predictable, but we'll keep an eye on Clarkson. Quinnipiac's got the north trip, so Colgate, like you said, and they got Cornell, so that's a big weekend for one of the nation's powerhouses. And an extra man in for RPI, it's Bourgo, that'll sit. So a stretch pass for Wallace. Hunt carries him to the wall. Now possessing. Bulldogs leader in time on ice this season, Dylan Hunt. Carrying, turnstile back for Wagner. That'll be a power play for the Bulldogs. Sitar carries behind the net. A backhand dump down ice. It's Pack touching up. And that'll do it for the second period. RPI giving up 3 goals. And the Bulldogs look like they can coast here to their first home victory of the season. Third period on deck. We'll have Luciano Wilson on with us momentarily.
Yes, it's going to be an uphill battle, although you still have 20 minutes left. RPI is out shooting Yale 23-18. Face-offs, they're winning that battle too, 26-17. And RPI with just 2 power play shots. Yale didn't get any shots on their power play.
Now with us, Luciano Wilson. Thank you for joining us. And what's your experience been like transferring from Minnesota State now over to here, Troy, New York?
Yeah, it's been a great adjustment so far. Really enjoy the guys. The coaching staff's been amazing, and really enjoying the academics. So all around, no complaints, and really happy about my decision.
Well, you were starting to come on before the break, but after the break here, I think you've been one of RPI's best players. Was it something you did over the break where you just reset that mind?
No, not necessarily. You know, I'm in my last kind of semester of college hockey here, so I want to give it everything I got, and you know, had some success to start the second half here, so hopefully that keeps up.
Gave up 3 goals in that second period, but what can you guys do in this third period to gain some confidence back?
No, we got to come out and play our hearts out. It's unacceptable, 5-1 in our own barn after 2 periods. Yeah, unacceptable.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, you heard it. High character in that room. They're not happy. With this weekend, it looked like 2 games they can win. Rather, Shannon puts home a shorthanded goal, and the flurry started with that in the second period.
Yeah, that was a backbreaker there, and that faceoff started in the defensive zone for Yale, so they were able to get basically a 2-on-0 2-on-1 on that play.
Nope. Lights out for a moment. Krawchuk with a stop.
And there's a play there, great play by Chen over to Andrechuk. But you can watch RPI defenders are watching the puck here. They're not taking a look at where the open players are, and they're the ones that are going to hurt you. You find the puck, find your man, and there's just a great shot.
That was Miller.
By Miller, the defenseman. Right shot, far side. And they're going high on Krawchuk. He goes down on that butterfly and just not out far enough to cut that angle down. And there's Gordon.
I was just watching Wagner watch that go down, and he kind of just went back to get his glove. He was like, all right, he's got that. So the Yale Bulldogs leading 5-1, and they're coasting to their first road victory of the season. Let's see if they can secure that, or will RPI score 4 or 5 to make this an interesting game? We'll see. Fast-paced action, ECAC hockey on ESPN. Third period, the Skaters are marching in. The Bulldogs looking to close in on their first road victory of the year here in the third period, up 5-1. RPI hoping not to sink down to 2-9 in conference play, 2-10 at home. I'm Matthew Mugno alongside Dan Pridgeon. What have you assessed from this game so far? We saw an RPI team play Quinnipiac to the buzzer of overtime last weekend. Right now they're facing a 4-goal deficit.
Well, they got to find some momentum here, and they got to come out and score early here in this third period. And I figured Coach Lang would do what he did. He waited until after the period, and we'll start with a fresh goaltender. Bruno Braveras has replaced Nate Krawchuk here for the third period. So, off this draw, you want to kill this penalty off and then go to work. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be one shift at a time. You try to build up momentum off those shifts and just keep going. Everything at the net.
Yeah, we'll have a few folks sitting in the sin bin to start the period. Some extracurricular activity. Hockey turned wrestling match in the corner to end the period results in a few players in the box. So the Bulldogs will come out with 125 on the power play against a cold keeper in Bruno Braveras, whose last start for the RPI Engineers was against Niagara before the new year. Sent down ice. Wallace knocking the puck away from Chen. It's Hunt. Sent back, it's Wagnot. Chasing down, Classic closing him out. Keeble keeps for Chen. He's got 2 assists tonight. Out for Hunt at the top of the key. For Wagnot. Now Hunt. Off for Chen. Clean sheet of ice. Hunt a shot off the blocker, Braveras. So he's got the first answer.
Oh, good save. He's out of top of his crease, cutting that angle down. Got the blocker on it. Looked like Hunt was trying to go top shelf, far side. And that's the best way to get into a game after sitting for 2 periods. Face some shots.
He got the blocker on the first one that came his way. RPI is still leading in the shots on goal category, 23-19. They've given up 5 goals. But Noah Pack with 22 saves tonight so far. Pessonen holds behind the net and leaves it off for Forrester. 20 and 13 factoring each on 4 goals tonight for the Bulldogs. Shannon back. He's got a shorthanded goal. Can he add a power play goal as time ticks off? Nice hands from Molson. Jabbing at it, he gets possession. Knocked down to Pessonen. Closed out by Ozelins at the wall. Freed up by Shannon. Kept low, Molson. Excuse me, that's Pessonen. Picked up by Ozelins at the side of the net. Past Bona. Ozelins leaving it for Rollers. Past Forrester and Bono. Tapper on his horse. Now it's Hall. Penalty kill, 5-on-5. First time this third period. Shannon rainbows over a man. It's Sobieski, now Van Dam. Van Dam carries. Over for Wallace. Off the boot of Lindbergh. Good reception. Backhand dish on goal. Lindbergh slides in. He spins out. RPI slow on the back check. It's Chen around Van Dam to net. Puck flutters out in front. It's kicked away. Wallace out. Hartman keeps. Whacked by Kyrkostas. Stick work. Hartman keeps again. Good play there from number 7. Chen putting on the stunts. Out in front. It's shot over the cage and out of play. Chen has been all over the ice. Number 24, the senior captain for the Bulldogs.
Well, he came out of nowhere there, getting into space. Again, RPI defenders watching the puck. You had Kyrkostas on the player and then just backed off him when he gave him a little shake and bake, and he was able to make that play. want to stay on your man, keep putting pressure on him, and then close him out.
Wagnon, one back by Scherzer. Now Wagnon's there. Vlasic picks up. Kirkostas looking for a stretch. Bourgault and Scherzer there. Kirkostas breaks on. Scherzer, eyes up. Bourgault looking for the 1-2. Filtered towards the cage, and it's sent diagonally into the corner. Kirkostas stops the puck behind the net. 2-on-2. He comes out with it. Left for Classic, who goes towards goal. Out in front, off the side of the post to Scherzer. Kirkostas. Bourgault chasing down Miller. He'll glass him. Stapled up, and as the puck came free, Berger intercepted. Now Berger traversing up ice. He pivots back for the full line change. That is the Shield man behind. That's Wilson, who we just interviewed before the second period on. Or at the conclusion of the second. Tinling. Braveris fell to the ice behind the net. It was a free cage. Second time an RPI keeper's done that tonight. Back for Sobieski. Out for Tinling. For Wallace. He's nudged off the puck. Zito for Shannon. He had a look towards the net. One step away. Back for Hunt. Hunt finds some glass for the change. New defenders out. Frias on the ice as well for Yale. Tinling for Wilson. Wilson a pass in front. Man was tied up going to the cage. That was Hilditch joining the rush again. Rimmed around the boards. It's Frias. He'll send it back around the other way. Now Buckley. Molson making work of Buckley. Pessonen clothesline by Hilditch. And now Van Dam. An indirect pass to Buckley. Buckley drops the shoulder. Looking towards cage. It's knocked off his stick. That time by Hall. Classic a shot. Snapped wide. Sitar. Up for Sobieski. A shot tipped on goal. And wide. That was Buckley getting a piece. Wilfridge 5-1. How can you ensure you get some confidence or something to build off of for RPI?
I mean, you just got to stick with the process, shift after shift. If you're going to step up like that, there, Classic in the neutral zone, you can't go 0 for 2. You got to take the body, and you got to take the puck. You can't go 0 for 2.
Wrap around, they score. It's Andreychuk with his second. And again, Donovan Frias tortures RPI.
That was Classic behind. I don't know what happened, but it looked like he was going to have the puck. And then all of a sudden it was gone.
And we'll have a look here on the replay.
Oh, he didn't even get it. That's what happened there.
Chen moving around Ozelins. Russell lodging himself into the action. Andreychuk battling in the corner. He's now on hat-trick watch. Moved out to Lindbergh. Over Puckman. Buckley leaves it for Tapper, who dropped his stick. And a touch and a whistle.
Well, Donovan Frias just picked up his 4th point of the game. He's got a goal and 3 assists.
Looks like Andreychuk will enter the penalty box here. I'm not sure what it was. It looked like a slash. Didn't have a replay. Wasn't tracking the Yale bench where he came off of. Let's see. Couldn't see it on the replay. must have happened away from the puck. So another power play for RPI. Yale perfect so far on the kill. They came in ranked 9th in the ECAC in penalty kill. As Frias chases down, 4-point night for the big man. Wilson a stutter step, finding Buckley at the blue line. Inside, outside, and cross ice for Wilson. Now it's Wallace. Out to the hashes, Wilson looking for Sitar, and it's out of the zone. Another player that could use a point tonight, Philip Sitar. Only 2 goals and points in his last 11 games played. Out for Tapper, a shot as he whacks it away. Comes out to Classic. Sitar, a shot off a body and out. Wilson just a step away from keeping that. It's back for Classic. Sitar finding Tapper. Tapper, a shot wide of the net. Tinling first. Back for Bono. Peeled away by the Bulldogs and sent out on a Herculean effort from Zito. Now Rollers with speed. Down the left wing. He's still got it. Looking in front. Cut off by Frias. He left it behind for a moment. Shannon looking up ice. Dumped down far corner. Shannon's first on. A shorthanded weapon for the Bulldogs. Now Rollers to Tinling, who corrals it. All for Bono. A shot to the glove of Pack. He wanted to let it go for Shannon, but it's whistled down. 5 seconds remain on the RPI power play.
Planning a trip of a lifetime, let Yankee Trails take you there. From cruises to group tours, they're the capital region's leader in travel.
There's Noah Pack locked in. He's surrendered 1 goal. His team's up by 5.
Start planning your next adventure.
One back by Kyrkostas. Van Dam, a shot. Taken down to the ice, no call. He's got Andrachuk. Here's Andrachuk. A backhand shot, save Braveris. He was looking for hats.
I wonder if he would have got any.
Traveling from New Haven to Troy here as Bourgault filters this out for Kyrkostas with a jump. Florida native finds Bourgault. Sent out for Keeble. And they got speed and numbers again. Keeble. Short pass to Liederman. It's Berger. Now Keeble battling. Sitar in for support as well. Van Dam pinning it to the wall. Sobieski moving his feet quick. Missing Kyrkostas on the out. A shot ramps wide.
Wow, you got 2 Yale players right in front of the net wide open.
Frias frees the puck up. Sitar can't remove him from the rubber. Here's Berger. Backhand out in front. Frias a shot. It's blocked. In what better fashion has a player stepped up as he finishes Kyrkostas along the wall? Number 27 in Navy, Fridge, has had a spectacular game. And Yale's without their top scorer, Ronan O'Donnell.
Yeah, he's really picked up the slack. And, you know, as Joe Howe was speaking about, that's what you look for. When you have somebody important out of the lineup, you're looking for somebody to step up.
Out to Chen. Over the stick of Molson. Lifted out by Russell, but it's kept by Chen again. Now Molson. Hands in tight. Miller a shot. Blocked away by Bono. Put his body on the line for that one. Picked up by Chen. An agile move around the top of the corner, and a shot goes out of the playing arena. 9:39 remaining here in the second period. Our last stoppage. 6-1 Yale.
It's time for tonight's t-shirt toss. Rolling through t-shirts.
Welcome back, folks. Yale Bulldogs with 9:39 remaining here in the third, eyeing down their first win on the road this season. Here's Alfred Lindbergh stepping up to the face-off dot against Shannon. He's got a shorthanded goal to his name tonight. A shot from the point, they score! It's Zito. 7-1 Bulldogs. Bring out the place kicker.
Well, I don't think Bruno Brevera saw that shot whatsoever, but it's another face-off win for Yale in the offensive zone. And comes off the wall, takes a shot. It's low stick side. Oh, he just got beat cleanly on the blocker side. It looked like he was tracking the puck, but I don't know if he wasn't ready for that or what. It was a little late on the read.
Bill Fridge, January 9th. 8-1 win versus St. Lawrence. So last Friday. Then they lose 2-3 to Clarkson in a close one. Now tonight they put up 7 again. Yale has 15 goals in 2 of their last 3 games combined.
Well, actually, coming into this game, I thought this was exactly what the doctor would order for RPI, because you got a team that's coming in that has not won on the road as of yet, and RPI coming off a strong showing, losing in overtime to Quinnipiac, getting a point, playing the first place team very tough, but just wasn't meant to be tonight.
And a reminder, folks, Brown, who RPI hosts tomorrow, also towards the bottom of the ECAC standings. A surprising bottom feeder in this ECAC league. They also haven't won a game on the road. Ozelins keeps. 8 minutes and 27 seconds. Gordon over skates. A spill on the back check from Scherzer. And he's slow to get up. Now Chen. Possessing. Down a man RPI. Chen a shot on goal. The rebound kicked out. So we'll keep an eye on that situation. Scherzer looked hurt for a moment. He's holding his back. Austrian native, first year. Played for the Madison Capitals last year. Well, Fridge, at this point in the contest, it's now 7-1. What are you looking to do if you're RPI?
Not give up any more goals. Let's see if we can prevent and then build some offense off of prevention defense.
Sitar carries, looking for Bono streaking, in behind Forrester. Forrester looks goal. Sitar scores! Philip Sitar breaks the drought, and he's got his first goal since last year.
Well, just a real good shot. Kept the puck alive, took the feed. I don't know where it beat Noah Pack. Might have gone off his glove. But that's a start. I think it's a little late, but it's a start. There's another look at it. Quick release. Good shot by Sitar. Oh, that went low. Above the pad, below the glove hand.
Bridge, do you move the goalpost and say maybe if you can win this period now, win the period?
They need 2 more for that, right?
Wagner.
Certainly doable.
Wallace on goal. Tapper scores! Jagger Tapper with his first goal in 327 days.
Well, if you're going to have goal scorers, those are the guys that you want to score goals. And watching the kids, they just finished their run all the way around the rink. Now they've got to come back and reset. Somebody's getting some exercise. They'll sleep well tonight, but Tapper with a goal, Sitar with a goal, so hopefully this opens the floodgates for them.
And Sitar broke a drought from 2025, tilling a shot over the net, as in just a few weekends, and Donovan Freeze pokes this free. He's chugging down ice. The choo-choo train on goal, a rebound. Molson off his stick. Now Timling, lifted to center. A parachute drop for Wilson, touchback for Rollers. Into the corner. As I was saying, Sitar hasn't scored in a few games, just 2 goals and 2 points in his last 11 after starting the year hot. Wilson curls, a shot tipped just wide. Ozelin's trying to keep here. Bourgault, a shot on Pack, and he's got it. But Jagger Tapper had 4 assists, 4 points this year. Last year he had 20 points in 29 games played. It's his first goal since February 22nd, 2025, Fridge.
Wow.
That's a long time for a goal scorer not to score.
You know, you say that, well, we've said that hockey seasons are peaks and valleys, not just from a team perspective, but from an individual player perspective. And that's one heck of a valley to get. Well, he's out of it. He's out of the valley. He's back on the peak.
Back to the peak, Fridge. No, Fridge, I'll admit, I was looking at some stats the other day. You put up some numbers back in your heyday.
Well, I had good players around me, feeding me the puck.
He's humble. He's humble. Sent out by the Bulldogs. They're flying down ice again. Back for Shannon. Pack's going to the bench. There's a penalty on RPI. That might slow down the last bit of momentum the Engineers have. Here's the goal, off the stick of Tapper out in front. Looked like he got it 5-hole. So it'll be Lindbergh sitting for 2, maybe less. Bulldogs currently leading 7-3.
Well, they've tied the period so far. Yale has scored 2 this period. RPI has scored 2 this period. RPI needs a big kill here. A shorty would be nice.
Russell comes away with it. Down ice. A clear off the first draw. Apologies, folks. That's Gordon sitting in the penalty box. Now Keeble. Stride in stride with Classic. He's tied up. Chen to Berger. Now Berger. Chen at the hashes. Top of the circle. Creeping down. Pass and catch. Now Hunt activated. Berger looking for options. Off the stick of Lindbergh, and we'll get a change. Chen gains the zone. Ozelins up the wall. Keeble puts a stop to it. Whacked down ice by Ozelins. Forrester finds a hole. He looked to be free. Backhand on goal. Breveris makes the stop, an easy one. Ozelins picks this up to Sitar. Out for Wallace. He makes a move. Red line shot on Pack. 24 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for the Engineers. A touch. Cut to the inside, Andrewchuk. He's still on watch for number 3. Scherzer turns on the Jets. Scherzer, pass across. It's blocked by a diving defender. It was Blackley who hit the deck. Andrewchuk, one-on-one, a shot. Looking Breveris blocker side. Goaltender beat him that time. Gordon and Bono battling at the wall. Up for Bono. Hacked at. Sobieski for Classic. Now Sobieski. A sauce to Classic. He pulls it in, Bourgault. Alley-oops this on net. Miller. Closed off by Bourgault. At the wall, Bono with a hit. Shot on goal, Bourgault waves at it, no tip. Hartman taking advantage of Sobieski, who took a spill. Pass to Hartman. And Rollers will take a penalty here. That's a slash.
But they'll call it a hook.
Hook slash, you know, he got the stick in there somewhere. So it'll be another power play for the Yale Bulldogs with 2:50 remaining. That'll pretty much bring us to the last minute of the contest.
Don't forget, on your way out, stop at the official online store for RPI Athletics at RPIFanShop.com.
Well, Fridge, something to note. The Yale Bulldogs needed some confidence going into next weekend's CT Ice tournament. They host for the first time. Believe the tournament's in its 5th year. First site was a neutral site since it's been at Quinnipiac, where they won in 2023. As Lindbergh comes away with it. Freeing the puck up. Lindbergh with numbers. Back. Hilditch. He's got a man. Shot. Save. Pack. Well, that'll put the exclamation mark on Pack's night as Lindbergh gets to it.
Yeah, I think one shot too many. Hilditch should have ripped that one. He had the perfect slot shot where you've got the best angle and the highest percentage to score, as opposed to from moving it to the far side.
Back from Olsen.
I think they were hoping Pack was going to bite and overcommit.
What better
Hilditch.
way to, you know, Fridge, this weekend they play Union tomorrow. Big hit in the corner there. Gordon up the wall. Molson keeps, and it's knocked out again. The Bulldogs hosting at the Whale for the first time, the Connecticut Ice Tournament. They'll host UConn, Sacred Heart, and Quinnipiac. I think 3 of the 4 teams have won the tournament. This could really put some wind in their sails to win on home ice against 3 of the best teams in college hockey. A shot blocked away by Van Dam.
Well, I think Union will have something to say about that.
Molson a slap shot and a save reverse. Yeah, they still have Union tomorrow, so they travel 30 minutes across the river. But that's a great tournament for any folks sitting at home wanting to watch more college hockey. It's a great event. They're showcasing the new arenas. Sacred Heart and UConn just built new arenas. They got to host the event the last 2 years, and now it'll go to one of the oldest college rinks and one of the most beautiful in the nation. So Yale will host, and I believe Yale is the only team that hasn't won. In fact, Philip Sitar scored the game-winning goal for UConn. It was his only college goal coming into this year before he transferred to RPI.
Wow.
I think it was last year. Yep. Shot on Breveris. He sticks it away. Van Dam. A look Sobieski up the wall. Now Rollers over the red line. He'll try and gain the zone. Gherkin gets in the way. It's Hall. Now Richter with his step. Here's Richter. A shot, he scores. Will Richter ices this game 8-3 with 23 seconds left.
And RPI just loses the period on that goal. Yale coming out, scoring 3 in this period to RPI's 2. And on that note, let's go to the out-of-town scoreboard. Well, there's a move right there. We'll watch the replay.
Talk about using your reach. Will Richter stepping up into O'Donnell's role tonight. So without their lead goal scorer, oh boy, it's getting pretty feisty out there. Full car pile up. And it's Gordon in the middle of things again. 27, the menace.
Yeah, it looked like The Yale player taking a slash. That's number...
Is that Keeble?
Yeah, number 29 for you, Braden Keeble.
Former AJHL captain, going to sit to end this game.
Looks like they got slash in both of them.
Yeah, first year 29 going to the box to end the game. Things picking up. I mean, Cole Gordon in the middle of a lot tonight. Arizona State transfer.
Well, actually, I think Gordon got a 5-minute major. Yeah, he did.
That'll be it for Gordon's night. Fridge, we were saying something. I forget before the action took us away here. Out of town scores. Fire it up. Fire it up. Let's see what's going on around the league.
Well, right now, Dartmouth and Clarkson are tied at 2.
Oh boy, that's one to keep an eye on. If you're going to switch from our stream to anything, please be that game.
On the road at Dartmouth, Clarkson is. Cornell has gone up 2-1 on Princeton with 2:46 left in the third. Quinnipiac is leading Colgate 5-1 late in the second. Union is up 3-0 on Brown. That's late in the third. And Harvard is up 3-1 on St. Lawrence midway through the third period. I'm sorry, that Quinnipiac Colgate score 5-1 Quinnipiac. That's late in the third period.
And that'll do it. The Yale Bulldogs win their first away game of the season. So first time on the road, the Bulldogs come away with the victory. Game number 8 on the road. Victory number 1. An 8-3 win against RPI. A second period that distanced things and a third period that poured it on. Engineers will have to lift a fight tomorrow at 4 o'clock against Brown to secure their first win since November 15th, 2 months ago. Here's some highlights from that third period. Plenty favoring the Bulldogs.
Well, Barberis had just left his post because he thought that puck was going to be coming out the other side. He looks over and abracadabra.
Now, Barberis was the starter for this third period. So came in relief of Nate Krawchuk after 2 frames, 40 minutes. That's Andrew Chuck with his second of the night. And Andrew Chuck was denied of his third goal here.
Yeah, good play by Barberis there.
He had plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Did. And here's the one off the face-off. Coming off the wall, low shot, and beat Barberis blocker side.
Well, the Engineers woke up. Philip Sitar with a goal. Found a spot on Pack, who had a strong game tonight.
Yeah.
So Sitar breaks a drought. He had just 2 points in his last 11. And that's Tapper. First goal in over 300 days. Will Richter finished things off. Top shelf on the break, using that reach. So the Yale Bulldogs hadn't won a game on the road, were without their top scorer, but Donovan Frias came up huge tonight.
Yeah, he had a huge game. He had, what, 4 points? Yeah, a goal, 3 assists, +3. I mean, just an outstanding game for someone where you're looking, you know, Joe Howe, the head coach, is looking for somebody to step up. And he certainly had some guys stepping up tonight.
So the Bulldogs will look to sweep the Capital Region. They go to Union tomorrow. And the RPI Engineers host the Brown Bears, who also haven't won a game on the road this season. They'll look to bounce back tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And we'll see you there tomorrow, folks. Thank you to our crew, Director Anav Sahai, camera operators Toby McDonald, Alexandra Balan, Charles Butcher, and Alistair McBride. Replay from Linda Wang and John Brownyard. And of course, our producer, Joseph Bowers. For Dan Fridge, I'm Matthew Mugna. Have a good night, folks.